Hey everyone, it's Friday, and recently I've been wondering what the best tower in all of BTD6 is. So today I will be testing out every tower in the game. If the wood chipper was in BTD6, my bias would definitely put it at the top. But it's not in the game for some reason. Where is it, Ninja Kiwi? Bring it back. God damn. Anyways, in order to speed up this process, I will be doing this all in sandbox mode. I found a list of key rounds from that we will be testing all the towers against. Due to most towers not having camo protection, if needed it will be provided. However, this will bump them down a tier automatically, along with MIB if it needed to pop leads. If one path of a tower reaches round 100, it is automatically bumped up a tier. With each tower I will test each path separately and then combine the last rounds and average them out to find the best tower. Then I will put them into a tier list with the American grading system, meaning below 70 or 60 is F tier. Working our way down, we start with the Dart Monkey. The 502 path, with the ability to throw massive balls and break them in the smaller one. It is good against large crowds, but lost to the BFB in round 60. The 052 path lost to being overwhelmed in round 36. This path does rely on others being around, but since it's a solo test, it fails. The 005 path was doing well until round 76 where it got overwhelmed, but overall handled everything else well. This nets the Dart Monkey an average of 57, making them an F tier. Onto the Boomerang Monkeys. That starts off with the -2 tiers due to needing camo detection and MIB. The 500 path did amazing, getting to round 100, but then failing to pop it. The 050 was overwhelmed on round 76, which was surprising for something that's supposed to throw fast. The 005 it didn't need the MIB, but the other two did, so it's still down a tier. It got to round 95 before being overwhelmed. This averages them a 90, putting them in A tier. However, due to their deductions, C tier. Sorry, Boomerang Monkeys. Next up, cannons. Starting a tier down for needing camo detection, they completely failed. The 500 path was overwhelmed by pinks on round 45, and the 050 path lost to round 98. Even though it's good against Moabs, it can't hold its own. The only promising path was 005 that got to round 90, but failed due to the inability to pop DDTs. This gives them a 54, already in F tier, to go down to another FF. On to Tack Shooters. With -2 tiers, the 500 barely failed round 98 with overall impressive abilities. The 050 got to round 40 before it needed its ability every single round. Then it eventually got to round 80, which surprised me. The 005 lost in round 60, couldn't pop the BFB. Good against crowds though, solid. This results in a 79 average, but I'll be kind, call it a B tier, and drop it down to D. The Ice Monkey. I'll save everyone some time. F tier, but the 005 did incredibly well, getting to around 95, while the others couldn't even pop the Moab, so D tier. Just like the Ice Monkey, the Glue Gunner is F tier, with only the 500 performing well, getting to an outstanding round 98, but can't detect camo, so the 500 can't protect them, double F. Now on to snipers. While the 510 couldn't even pass round 10, it destroyed rounds 40, 60, and 80, so I'll add a tier to the total at the end. The 050 is more of a support, but managed to get to round 59, being overwhelmed. Overall impressive. While the 015 can't pop leads, it was only one variation, so the tier won't be taken off. It still failed, getting to only round 63, averaging a 44, and the 510 kept them from failing, so D tier. To be fair to the aquatics, I switched maps so that they actually stood a chance. And starting off, we have the sub, down a tier for camo detection. The 500 is good against non-Moab class balloons, but failed to pop the BFB on round 60. The 050 got to round 95 before being overrun by regular balloons. The 025 was overwhelmed on round 76, giving them a 77, putting the subs in D tier. For the Buccaneer, the 502 and the 052 reached round 95 before being overwhelmed by DDTs. Very impressive. The 005 was just a disappointment, but it makes money, so A tier. Because I am lazy and didn't want any bias, Helis were given pilot, so there will be no deduction for not having camo detection, since they would if I wasn't lazy. But every single path from the heli got to round 95, which was honestly surprising. So, A tier. So I'm stupid, I accidentally skipped the ace in writing this script, but I believe it was about a B tier. I still have the footage, so I'm going to show it right now. I believe the bomber, the 005, did the absolute best out of all of them. Incredible performance, I think at round 115 maybe. The middle path was an absolute disappointment. The Sky Shredder, I believe it's called, solid. I think got to like 70 or 90, one of the few. The Mortar 500 couldn't pop the ZOMG on round 80, and it was very hands-on. Also can't detect camo, so down a tier. Or two, actually. I don't know. We'll see. The 050 lost on round 76, and the 005 lost on round 63. This averages them 73, but because it was so hands-on, and their camo detection, F tier. The machine gunners. The 510 got past round 100 and made it all the way to round 115. It's very impressive. The 050 couldn't pop the ceramics on round 63. Incredibly sad. The 015 lost some DDTs on 95, getting an average of 91 and a +1 for making it over 115. It is an S tier tower. It's also not on my tier list for some reason, but just imagine it's there. Two of the wizards needed the MIB, kinda sad, but the 502 got to around 95 before losing. The 052 managed to pop the BAD, but couldn't clean up afterwards, failing at round 100. The 005 struggled on round 40, but eventually, after a lot of maneuvering and getting enough shadows, it popped the ZOMG on round 80. So, B tier. The Super Monkey lived up to his name, with each path surpassing round 100. A full-powered 502 got to round 160 before losing. The 052 couldn't handle past round 110, and the 005 made it to round 140. So, it's no surprise when I put this as an S tier tower. The Ninja was just a disappointment for how much I liked using it. Averaging a 56 with 500 failing at round 76, 050 28, 005 63. FF for breaking my heart. Jesus. The Alchemist 500 path gets an automatic 99. The 050 was overwhelmed on 63, needing its ability constantly. If it were to get past 63, it would need more Alchemists around, which is another tower that relies on numbers. The 005 only got to round 36, but it can erase Moabs to +1 tier. This average is 66, so D tier. The Druids did very well with 500 getting to 98 and 050 got to round 99. 005 didn't do too well because its power also gets stronger with others around, so it only got to round 59. This nets them A tier. The Spike Factory did way better than I thought it would, honestly. The 500 got to 125. That's an impressive tower. And with faster production, it got to round 135. 250 and 205 got to round 95, so S tier. It's very surprising. The one path for the village that could attack, I tested, and it got to round 95, which really surprised me. A tier. The money farm is obviously S tier because, well, money. Onto the engineers that didn't have camo, so -1. The 500 achieved round 95 along with the 005. The middle 050 path is more of a support, so C tier. I'm not even gonna bother with the tamer. I think it averaged like a 70 or something. It just sucks. And plus, it's not my tier list, so I'm not bothering. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all learned something. I know for sure that I'm gonna start using the Spike Factory more. See you all next time. Adios.